Let's go. Microphone, please stand up. Go. Ask. Yes. Please go. It's a question about silence. Yeah.
This is to Mr. Moore. You say the Gram perhaps as if, like, we know, like atheists know everything, even though atheists and scientists only have theories, and yet you have the Bible, and that is the word, and you fail to accept anything else than that. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Now we're going to now have the sum-ups, and there's a premium here on doing it in 2 minutes each. I'm going to ask Richard Dawkins to begin by summing up everything you've heard and everything you want to say.
I suppose the two main issues that have come up are, first, the idea that we on this side are somehow bleak and empty, and the distinction that Richard Harris made about experiential atheism, the sense of despair which is supposed to afflict us when we lose faith. As Anthony Grayling has just said, it's nothing like that at all. On the contrary, it's a sense of release. It's a sense of freedom from an oppressive overlookedness. You somehow realize that you are free, you're in control of your own life, you are looking out at the universe. I think the chairman asked about, have you ever had a religious experience? I wouldn't call it a religious experience, but when I lie on my back and look up at the Milky Way on a clear night and see the vast distances of space and reflect that these are also vast differences of time as well, when I look at the Grand Canyon and see the strata going down, down, down through periods of time which the human mind can't comprehend, I'm overwhelmingly filled with a sense of almost worship. It is not worshipping anything personal any more than Einstein would have worshipped anything personal. It's a feeling of sort of abstract gratitude that I am alive to appreciate these wonders. When I look down a microscope, it's the same feeling. I'm grateful to be alive to appreciate these wonders. I know that I'm going to die and it's finite. All the more reason to appreciate it, to enjoy it, and to exult in it. Now, the other issue is the narrow one of the motion. Are we fundamentalist? I think it's probably fair to say that some of us are passionate, and that we are very deeply passionate. We care deeply about, for example, the truth, which I would define as that which is supported by objectively discernible evidence. We're passionate, and we may be passionate about some of the moral issues that arise. They haven't come up much this evening, but moral issues that arise when religiously influential people interfere with the private lives of others. I feel very passionate about that. But please don't mistake passion for bigotry, for narrowness, for arrogance, for fundamentalism. You can be passionate without being fundamentalist. There really is an important difference. I'm happy, indeed proud, to be passionate. I'm happy to be passionate about the truth. I'm happy, I hope, to speak clearly, but none of that implies fundamentalism in the sense of extremism, or in the sense of implacable devotion to some kind of holy book.
Richard, I let you run on there because you were briefer in your initial. Could I ask everyone just to keep ideally to 2 minutes in the sum-up comments, please?
I was very glad to hear what Richard Dawkins said just then, but I don't think that is the characteristic of his writing and preaching. And this is what we complain about with atheist fundamentalism, because though it's admitted that there may be a God, it's then immediately spoken all the time as if there couldn't possibly be one, and also no attempt is made to understand what religion is as it's understood by its adherents. Richard spoke eloquently of that sense of freedom. I do assure you that Christians believe that freedom. They experience that freedom. And I do assure you also that when they lie down and look at the Milky Way, they have comparable experiences. But I think that they have an experience which goes a bit deeper and goes a bit further about what they see. And that experience is summed up in the last line of perhaps the greatest poem ever written, Dante's Divine Comedy, when he speaks of the love which moves the sun and the other stars. And that is the case which we feel is consistently misrepresented, and the case which, if the atheist fundamentalists had the intellectual honesty which they say they did, they would listen to that with more respect rather than traducing it.
Thank you. AC Grayling summing up against the motion.